With the start of school quickly approaching, school districts are figuring out how they'll bring students back. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Griswold. School leaders at some metro area districts discuss their back-to-school plans tonight. We have live team coverage. Reporter Kent Lutzen is back after attending Westside school board meeting, and reporter Sydney Gray was in Millard, where the school board approved the district's fall plan. We begin with her.
Hey Jenny, good evening. So here in Millard, the meeting wrapped up a bit ago here at the Millard Public School Administration Building. And tonight, Superintendent Dr. Jim Sutphin says that the district has reached two major milestones today. They've brought their teachers back for training today, and now they're gearing up to bring students back to the classroom for the first time since March, coming up next week. Now, the district will return to school at 25% capacity next week. Students' return will be staggered by last name, with different groups attending on different days for the first week. District officials say they're starting out the school year this way so students can safely learn all the new guidelines and procedures. The district says students and staff must wear masks when they cannot social distance, and Dr. Sefton says the plan now is to reopen at 100% capacity on August 17th. He says in order for the school to stay open, everyone, especially parents, must do their part to stop the spread.
We gotta all do this. This is the non-negotiable. This is what makes us Millard Public Schools, and having a goal that is attainable for zero community spread in our buildings.
And the district is offering remote learning at the same time. A board member says about 4,200 students have signed up for the remote learning option. And the district is also asking parents to screen their kids before bringing them to school, doing things like checking their temperature, checking for a cough, shortness of breath, and loss of taste, as well as other symptoms. Reporting live from Millard, Sydney Gray, 3 News Now.
Thanks, Sydney. Westside Community Schools is starting the school year in the yellow status, limiting in-person days by last name. They hope to phase out of this hybrid model by September 4th with 100% of their students back in the building. Reporter Kent Lutzen was at tonight's meeting and joins us from the newsroom with the latest. Kent?
That's right, Jenny. I think the biggest takeaway from Westside School Board meeting tonight is that parents, staff, and students are going to have to be flexible this school year. Now, tonight at the school board meeting, they were finalizing the in-person and online teaching schedule that they hope to have finalized by that first day. And they, again, wanted to be flexible because, they never know if they're going to move to that red status, which is 100% online remote learning. Now, although all students are going to have a big change this year, teachers focused on the elementary kids at tonight's meeting. Group A, which is students with the last name A through K, will pick up their iPads and remote learning materials on August 18th and 19th. Group B, or those with the last names starting with L through Z, will pick up those same items on August 20th or 21st. Now, this is important. Listen up, parents. Elementary students will only be attending 2 days of in-person learning the first week. So parents should plan for no remote learning on that first week. Doug Krenzer, Vice President of the Westside Community School Board of Education, says all this depends on positivity rate in the county.
I would just urge people to stay closely tuned because we are basing decisions and recommendations based on conditions as they're happening. And so those decisions follow what's happening in the community, from a public health standpoint.
Now, Krenzer says it's imperative to start the year off successful and urges parents to ask unanswered questions about that first day of school. He adds to allow them to get into a good routine for the students and families. Now, all Westside students and staff will be required to wear a face mask, and they are also asking parents to please screen your kids before bringing them to school. Reporting in the newsroom, Kent Lutzen, 3 News Now. Back to you, Jenny.